8 to 11 is a diamond, 12 plus is a blue diamond. But let's talk about this, because this is the fascinating statistic. And again, we're publicly traded, you can verify this. If you become an executive with Nu Skin, okay, keep in mind in our earlier demonstration we showed that the average Nu Skin executive does $400 a month, with the equivalent of having around 100 grand in the bank, paying them 5%. If you can maintain your executive status, that means every single month you do a minimum of $2,000 because you have some customers, okay? Or you're going out and you're talking to people and they're joining, okay? Our statistics are that if you can maintain your executive status for 10 years, there's a 95% chance that you'll become a blue diamond, where the average income is $500,000 a year. So you show me something else that you can do for 10 years where you have a 95% guarantee to be making $500K a year, which, okay, we have to figure this out. 500,000 in our math, okay, solving for n at 5% works out to be how much?
100 million.
It's a $10 million asset in 10 years, okay? You can create a $10 million asset in 10 years with a 95% probability by doing Nu Skin and becoming an executive, teaching and training others. It's that spectacular. So that kind of wraps up the compensation plan. We'll come back and we'll do some other videos that actually talk about how does this really work, what do the numbers really look like, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Please get with the person that shared this video with you and get your questions answered, because this is absolutely the most remarkable vehicle. And I'll end by saying this. Most of us spend our time. Okay? We spend our time and we trade our hours for some type of money, some type of income. Okay? We don't think about investing our time. Okay? So if you're merely just spending your time and you're caught up in one of the cycles that I've talked about in these earlier videos, you owe it to yourself to find out what it means to get a rate of return on your invested time. And the only way that you can do that, or the most efficient way you can do that, is in a vehicle known as network marketing. Let me give you an example of true leverage just very quickly. I guess we won't wrap up. How much or how many hours does the average person work per week? I know it's more than this now if you're trying to get ahead, so to speak, and your employers are requiring this, but how many hours? 40 hours full-time? How many weeks a year do you actually work? Most people get a 2-week vacation, right? It's usually unpaid, so 50 weeks. That equals 2,000 productive hours that you're going to put in each year that you're trading for some type of income. Okay? Now, you have to understand this. How many years will most people work before they retire, so to speak?
35 to 40.
I'd say 40. Okay? Start in your 20s, end in your 60s. You're working 40 years times 2,000 hours equals how many lifetime hours? 80,000 some odd lifetime hours, correct? Pretty incredible if you think about this. And so you know, if you're working for someone else, retirement means that you're going to end up with maybe 20 or 30% of your wage. If that. Okay? Unless you've been able to accumulate and save and have that savings and have that interest income that we've been referring to this whole time. It's very difficult. That's why only 1 out of 100 people is considered wealthy at retirement. Okay? In the most prosperous country in the world. 1 person. So, it's because they don't have the vehicle, they don't have the mechanics of wealth. I want to talk about Kenton, okay? He's my sponsor. Kenton, if you're watching this, Kenton makes over $100,000 a month residually with Nu Skin. Okay? That would be the equivalent of basically creating a $50 million asset at 5%. Okay? Pretty spectacular if you think about it. Bottom line is, I had the opportunity to go to Hungary, where there were 4,000 people that were looking at Nu Skin or doing Nu Skin in some way, shape, or form, and Kenton was there for 2 days, okay, for 10 hours a day that these people were sitting there. Now, Kenton wasn't really putting in, okay, the 10 hours and talking and doing anything, but he was present. Okay, and he had brought the Nu Skin opportunity to this international market, Hungary. Okay? So the bottom line is, he created 40,000 hours worth of production in 1 day. So technically, since they were there for 2 days, okay, so 4,000 people again showed up the next day, pretty excited, there for 10 hours. Kenton did a lifetime worth of work in production in 2 days. My opinion is, if you're working for somebody else in this rat race, okay, and you're an employee, you're handed a pair of tennis shoes, and you get to run the race in a pair of tennis shoes. If you start your own business with all of its challenges, you're given a couple of wheels. So now you have a bicycle, okay? But the bottom line is, you'll notice that this has all of the components of wealth. It's an automobile, or better yet, a jet, okay? You will never be able to run faster than a bicycle, okay? So you got to own your own business. That's true. We talked about the fallacies involved with that, okay? Bottom line is, a bicycle will never be able to beat an automobile, and this is a Ferrari, if not a jet. So the bottom line is, you, again, owe it to yourself to get with the person that showed you this and get your questions answered. Dig deep. Be a skeptic. Look behind the curtain. I promise you, as was promised me, the deeper you dig, the better it gets. Thank you very much.